There's something magical about northern Italy and autumn. The air gets colder, the forest gets quieter, and suddenly every family starts talking about mushrooms like their precious treasure. Kids, grandparents, hunters, golem, everyone. It becomes a national sport. Welcome back to Tano's Table. Today we're making risotto ai funghi, a dish so comforting Mario and Luigi would probably stop chasing Bowser just to grab a bowl. It's creamy, earthy, full of depth, and today I'll show you 2 techniques that guarantee success, even if you've previously ended up with mushroom soup or mushroom that chew like rubber erasers from a 90s pencil case. Today that ends. Alright, let's start with the ingredients that makes or breaks this dish. And no, it's not the mushrooms, it's the rice. Let's talk rice, the unsung hero of risotto. The type you choose determines whether your risotto becomes creamy and luxurious or a clumpy, broken tragedy that even Gordon Ramsay wouldn't yell at because he'd feel too bad. I use Carnaroli, the king, the OG, the Beyoncé of risotto rice. If you can't find it, arborio rice works too. Risotto only works with these two because they have enough starch, enough structure, enough absorption to become creamy on the outside while staying al dente inside. And unlike most rice, you never wash Carnaroli or arborio. Even Justin Bieber would agree that never say never does not apply here. If you've ever wondered why a restaurant risotto tastes different, this is why. The rice is doing half the work for you. Now, let's talk mushrooms, the soul of this dish. And yes, I'm about to commit a small Italian crime. Alright, purists, cover your ears. I am using button mushrooms. Why? Because I'm the only one eating it at home, and buying porcini, shiitake, maitake and chanterelle just to throw half away feels like a crime against humanity. So 500 grams of button mushroom it is. To clean them, you've got 2 options. Wipe them with a paper towel, or restaurant style, remove the stem and shave off the outer layer with a knife. The second method is fancy and takes roughly the same amount of time as watching The Irishman. Cut them however you like, quarters or slices. I sliced mine so they blend into the rice instead of giving you giant mushroom jump scares. And trust me, once they're toasted properly, nobody will know they weren't expensive wild mushrooms. A quick safety PSA before we continue, and try not to cut your finger while doing this. But if you're like me and you do nick yourself, remember, a sharp knife is safer than a dull one. Dull knives slip, skid and betray you like a Game of Thrones finale. So keep your knives sharp and your expectations low for TV endings. Next up, onions, the flavor base of almost every Italian dish. By now you know my wife is allergic to onions, so I chop big batches and freeze them in portions. Freezing doesn't affect tastes or texture at all. If you disagree, bite me. I hate wasting food. If you're cutting fresh onions, chop them into small cubes. And if you cry while chopping them, don't worry, it just means you care. Garlic thyme, the ingredient that makes your kitchen smell like heaven. For the garlic, give it a gentle smash, cut off the hard end, and the skin slides off like it's trying to escape a Monday morning. We're not mincing it, just letting it perfume the oil like a subtle Italian cologne. A little freshness goes a long way. Parsley prep is easy. Cut across once and rock your knife until it looks like green confetti at a Mario Kart victory party. And if you've cut your finger earlier, maybe put on a glove. Blood is not a seasoning. And no, dried parsley is not an option. Don't you even think about it. Now for the ingredient that brings everything together. Risotto ai funghi is earthy, deep, autumnal. Parmigiano Reggiano brings nuttiness, umami, sweetness. It amplifies the mushrooms instead of fighting them. Grana Padano works, but flavor won't be the same. Parmigiano is the Gandalf of this dish, the wise old wizard that ties everything together. And please grate it fresh. Pre-grated cheese tastes like sadness. Okay, confession time. The real reason I make risotto ai funghi is so I can drink white wine at 3 p.m. without needing an explanation. If you're worried about alcohol, substitute with white grape juice and a splash of lemon. This gives the acidity that balances the butter, mushrooms and the cheese. And if like me you are drinking wine, pour yourself a glass. You've earned it. Alright, let's finally cook something. Time to cook. Use a stainless steel or cast aluminum pan, not non-stick. Non-stick prevents proper toasting and we need that browning. Add a little olive oil and the garlic clove. Let it sizzle and perfume the oil. And while you wait, make sure to like and subscribe. Now add the mushrooms in batches. Overcrowding them will make them sad, grey and rubbery. Think of mushrooms like actors. They need space to shine. Let them toast without touching them for 3 minutes. Don't stir, don't poke, don't panic. After 3 minutes, they'll release water. Now add the salt and the pepper. Cook until all the water evaporates. Repeat with the second batch. This step builds 80% of the flavor, so don't rush it. Now we bring everything together. Set the mushrooms aside and reuse the same pan. Add your onions and cook until translucent. Alright, normally you'd add wine after toasting the rice, but since my mother doesn't drink at all, I evaporate the alcohol first. Then add the rice and toast it until the edges turn slightly transparent. Now the stock, gradually. This is where people ruin risotto. Dumping in too much liquid makes the rice boil instead of gently releasing starch. Risotto needs patience, rhythm, and stirring when needed. Add stock little by little, letting it thicken before adding more. This is the part where you question your life choices, but trust me, it's worth it. And yes, your arm will get tired. That's how you know it's working. We're in the final stretch. When the last ladle of stock is halfway absorbed, your dish is 3 minutes away. Add the mushrooms back now. This prevents overcooking. Once the liquid is fully absorbed, turn the heat off. Add cold butter and freshly grated Parmigiano. Risotto is creamy because of emulsion, not cream. The butter, the cheese, the starch combine into a glossy, silky sauce that coats every grain. If it looks like lava, you're doing it right. Take a moment to appreciate what you just made. And there you have it, risotto ai funghi, a dish that teleports me straight to autumn in the northern forest of Italy. Thanks for watching, and as always, buon appetito, ciao ciao.